Okay, let's give it a minute. I'm a little early, so I am not okay. Not even close to being okay. This is like a combination of shock and a combination of I don't know. I am not even a little bit okay. Let's music a little bit. There's a little bit. Let's turn on this music a little bit. That's better. Okay. Sophia's not okay either. We've both been crying all day. All day. He was more than just some friend of ours. So, this one's gonna be, I will try to keep it together as best as I can, get my message out as best I can. But I'm not okay. You know, it's gonna be a very, very long time before I am. It's just not fair. It really isn't. So it's all like surreal nightmare right now. I might as well introduce myself, I suppose. Hi, my name is Daryl Phillips, owner of Warplogy Gaming. And what we do here is listen to you talk. But today I have, for any of you who don't know, have some really, really bad news. Between 10, Sophia got a call from the emergency room telling her to call them back at about 10:23 this morning. She called them back immediately. She thought it was me in the hospital, and they were doing chest compressions on him, CPR, but it was too late. So at around 11 o'clock she got the second call and he was dead. And in one single swipe, everything just changed. Everything. I don't want to make this whole live of me blubbering and blustering. But this is more than just a shock to us. We knew it could happen. We knew he was in danger. He's already been to the we had to call the emergency room on him twice for his heart. But he was 450 pounds. He had lost that weight, 150 pounds. He was exercising. He was doing everything. He was even having that breathing machine for all kind of fat people to stop him from snoring. He must have been dead before they got there. We don't know anything else because we're not technically next of kin, even though if you notice, not a single next of kin has made a comment on any post on his Facebook post. Denise and me were the first two to make comments, not his family, because we're his family. If you see a little bit of anger tonight, it's because I am very angry. I'm very angry that a man, all of his life, for 46 years, did nothing but work. Even when he was younger, his mother instilled that in him. So even though he had cerebral palsy, even though he had problems and was called retarded and was called all these damn names when he was younger, he worked since he was 16. You know why he's so good at his voice? You know what he told me? Because he didn't want to be looked at like that. So he took something that God gave him and he made it better. He did that when he was young. All he ever wanted to do was be a game show host, be a announcer of some sort. But no one ever pushed him towards his goals. You see? And then he comes here in 2020 and we start pushing him and pushing him and pushing him. Come to find out, he had more problems than just cerebral palsy. He had depression. He had a form of PTSD, really. You know, his whenever he was very passive aggressive, because he's not an aggressive guy. He doesn't do that. He didn't do that. And so because of his past, if you would get loud around him, he would get really defensive. But he would never fight you. The reason why he had to live in South Dallas is we couldn't support him anymore. It was just getting too expensive. And at the time, until way later, he didn't have a job until the very end there, until the very end of him staying with us. And then he started staying in South Dallas around November. And lo and behold, when he was by himself, he started to change. He had already lost the weight. He had been losing lots of weight. But he ended up losing 150 pounds. And that wasn't the only change. That's his physical change. That's for his health. That's for his knees and things. He started becoming more outspoken, something he was never before. He started becoming more confident in his abilities. He started working on his voice. Lots of work on his voice. So he started doing that, working on his craft. And yesterday, I talked to him. We were talking about the future. He was so happy. We both were. The last thing I said to him was, "I love you, brother." Not realizing that would be the last thing I would ever say to him. It's awful to think about. It's just wrong. I don't understand. I am very confused right now, to be honest with you. I don't. Most of the time, I'm very sure of myself. I'm sure of my abilities, but I am not as. I can't tell you that I'm sure of myself. Not right now. I don't. I'm having one of those moments that I did in 2019, before Duwan started staying here, where I'm really questioning a whole lot of shit right now. A whole lot of shit right now. You know, when Desiree told me on my 40th birthday that she didn't trust me and that all the plans I had made with Gabriel, she didn't care about, she didn't want to talk to me, whatever it is, damn near broke me. And that's when I decided to make that Colorado trip to Pikes Peak. And I don't know what my plan is right now. I know what my plan is. I know what my plan is. I know what I want to do. But clearly it's not the same plan as God wants me to do. I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. I'm beyond to the end of my ropes right now. Because we were this close. I was this close from getting him out of that place. This close. Everything that me and Duwan talked about 25 years ago was about to come true. Everything. You can understand my confusion. I called Duwan, and I mean it, by the way. It's not just a name, not a nickname. It's not something to encourage him. I meant every word I said. I called Duwan the greatest man I've ever met. I can't quit now. That's a fact. No matter what happens. He sacrificed his life for it. The reason why the reason why he was working so hard, okay, is because he's got to make money. I have my SSI check. And we had to do that until we're making money doing this. He would not have worked that hard had it not been for the knowledge that he could be what I know he could have been, which is the owner of this business. And then take his talents and actually go do his dream. I wanted that for him so bad. More than myself, even. I was going to put $1,000 in his Roth IRA. But he knows he was loved. He knows he was loved very deeply. Sophia is wrecked. She is wrecked. I have never seen her like this. Never. She can't even speak. Sophia right now can't even speak. She can't speak. She's in shock. And she just goes into bursts of tears like I have been. That was no friend of ours. That was our family member. And we loved him deeply. But he would want me to continue doing what I'm doing and being the best me as I can. That's the best part about Duwan. He never thought about himself. Even though he was in so much pain, suffering, he had to walk, he always took buses. He told me when he first got here in 2020 that even though he's older than me, he looked up to me. I thought that was crazy, to be honest. Duwan was a bit off, let's just be honest. I'm just kidding. But he looked up to me, but what he didn't realize is I looked up to him. Because, all of that time being on the streets, he never let that darkness enter his mind. He never one time let that darkness enter his mind. He never became like I became. He had his own struggles with hopelessness, but his was for a different reason. It's because of how he'd been treated. But he never let darkness in. He never had hatred towards people. He never showed an amount of anger towards anyone. Hell, I had to poke him in 2020 when we realized that he had issues, a lot more than just his cerebral palsy, that he had problems. He had not dealt with any of his past. He had not cleaned his house. He had not done the first step. Did you know Duwan went through all of the... See, Duwan, when we came up with this idea of noir apology of gaming, and I wanted to guideline it upon how I changed my life, and he was like, yeah, let's do that. He wasn't carrying hardly any of those ingredients, and he sure as hell wasn't following the steps. Yes, Sophia, very much so. But he wasn't carrying those ingredients, and he wasn't following those steps at first. I had to formulate how I did it. And I had to run it by him, and we would talk about it, blah, blah, blah. And then I started doing it on him. I started helping him follow those ingredients, or carry those ingredients, and follow those steps. And lo and behold, he did every step. He did every step, y'all. He eventually carried all the ingredients. He carried it naturally. That was not Duwan when we first got here. When he first got here, he sure as hell didn't have motivation. He didn't vent to anyone about anything because he never got angry about anything. I had to poke him about his dad. I had to poke him and poke him and poke him until he finally got mad at me for the first time. First time of anger in over 20 years of friendship. He'd never been angry before, even though he had every right to be angry at his mother and his father and his family for leaving him. How do you kick out a man, a boy, a 17-year-old boy with cerebral palsy out on the streets? How do you do that and call yourself a mom? I don't understand that. To his mom, He never saw what he blamed his father for his plight and not his mother. And I kept going, Duwan, your father hasn't been in your life all your life. Your father didn't raise you. It was your mother who raised you. And he kept thinking about it. And it kept bothering him that I said that. And then she came to visit, the woman. And never said a fucking thank you for us supporting her son for 18 months. Nothing. And then called me a racist in December. That's right, Sophia. He was like that from the cartoon, the Bugs cartoon. And then he was fine with the truth once he had to accept the truth sucks. And so, you know, I don't know. It's I teach you guys how to be strong. I teach you guys how to get through things. The entire point of the ingredients and the steps is to be able to learn how to get through the worst kind of times, whether it be a death of a family member, a sickness, bipolar disorder, homelessness, anything you can get through. Oh, hell, it can be a stubbed toe. Kidding. If you actually need the ingredients and the steps for a stubbed toe, you're kind of sad, but do you understand what I'm saying? And I'm telling you this about Duwan to let you know that the entire time from 2020 to the day of his death, he carried his ingredients and he followed the steps to a T. And he changed. He changed everything about himself. It was not an accident that me and Duwan met in 2000. It was not an accident that I walked into that homeless shelter and met him. It wasn't an accident that I climbed Pikes Peak and got a cell phone message from Duwan Jackson. None of those were accidents. It wasn't an accident that I used to have these random... Dude, listen to this. I would always run into Duwan at the weirdest places. The first one would be when I came back to Minneapolis after the whole situation with Jennifer and getting arrested for prostitution and all that crap. Duwan was there when I got arrested. Duwan was there. Duwan has been there for quite a few of my stories. He was also there when Desiree found out she was pregnant with Gabriel. So, anyway, I had lost track of him because I was lied to. We know the story. I don't have to get into the story. Basically, I was lied to. Jennifer told me that he had been up to Minnesota, and no, he was here the entire time I was here. I didn't know that though, so I thought I had lost track of him. Well, one day in the city center, I was drunk and ran into him. That's one time. Another time would be, so I had met Desiree. So my mom passed away. I leave, go to Texas, come to Texas, and. That's right, Sophia. So check this out. So I'm sitting outside the front of the city center. We had been there for maybe a week and a half. Desiree had got a job at this place at the city center, this tea place. We had just got to Minneapolis maybe like 3 weeks earlier. And I was just thinking about Duwan, thinking about how he was doing. And sure enough, I'm not kidding, this happened. I was thinking about Duwan, and a bus passes by the city center, and I hear, "Hey D!" I go, "Oh motherfucker!" I said, "Hell no!" And that's how we met up, and then of course he was there when he met Gabriel one time when he was a little baby. You know, but we used, and then I fell off because I was shattered and I didn't want to contact anybody. So I had fallen off for a few years, and I couldn't find him online anywhere. So I thought that was it. And then sure enough, I found him on Facebook, and he was with Margaret. That was a big mistake. He wasted 15 years of his life with a woman who never pushed him to do nothing. I always thought he was weird. Let me explain. I always thought he was weird because he loved listening to me talk. He could listen to me talk for hours. And he loved listening to my stories and how I taught history and just whatever. Especially when I'm talking about the Bible. You know, I brought him to Christ. You know, he was baptized, and I brought him to Christ. And he was baptized because of me. I know, right, Denise? We're all in shock here. He will never, I mean, just like, it's shocking. It just really is. But check this out. So he was fast. He just loved my voice, and we all know he has a voice from God. So I thought that was weird. I always thought that was weird that he liked to listen to me talk, but he did. I thought he was just being nice, to be honest with you. But then we find out something about him, and he found out something about himself that he learns. Like he's not a very good reader. He cannot cognitively understand things when he reads it and goes into his head. That's his cerebral palsy. However, he's artistic. That's why he can write poetry. And so that's why when I tell my stories and I'm so elaborate and I'm detailed and all that stuff with Duwan, that's why he can listen all day long and learn more with me than anybody else. He loves it. He you know what he used to do? You can ask Sophia this. He used to antagonize me and get me to get how to explain this? He would poke me on something that he knew I didn't agree with, okay? Because he loves it. He loved it when I went off. Yeah, see, Sophia's got it. Yeah, he would. Sophia's got it right. That's the best way to say it. Sophia's got it right. He used to egg me on it and poke me. Like he would say something that somebody said to him that he knew I did not agree with. And he would watch me just go off. And I would just burn through people. And he would just sit back and watch the fire. And smoke his cigarette. And I kept telling him, you need to stop doing that. You're an antagonizer, man. You antagonize me to get myself in trouble with people, man. People think I'm a dictator and shit. He used to love watching me do that because it was awesome. It was awesome, and I loved it when, like, I would say, make a point, and he'd go, well, or he'd go, just stuff like that. It was just great stuff, and that's what I will always remember about him. But there's stuff to learn right now. There's stuff to learn about this. And if you can't learn it, you will never learn it. This hit very close to me. Okay? So be not mistaken. And Sophia's on here right now, and she'll back me on anything I say. There was a light in that man. That light got snuffed out before anybody got to see it. And like Tanya said, she's never even met him. And just through my stories, that light shows. That is power. I know, right, Sophia? Because he knew hey, Sophia, because he knew what he was doing. And then, hey, Sophia, you know how he would always act like, what? What? I didn't do nothing. He would act like he didn't do nothing. It's like, you're full of shit, man. But that's his light. Do you know what I realized about him? You know why he did that? He told me one day, finally. I always wondered why he did that. Because he knew I needed to practice. I want y'all to really think on that. While I'm teaching him stuff, the way he was teaching me was to make me better at my craft. And I am magnificent at debate. And he knows it. I'd make a great lawyer. The problem is I don't like lawyers. No offense, except for Denise. Denise is a lawyer, but she's a kid lawyer, so it's okay. I don't like criminal lawyers. But do you understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, and that cheesy smile. But I realized, I asked him, I said, why do you do that all the time to me, dude? He said, because how are you ever going to get better, Daryl? All right, that's wrong. Pretty smart, really. I'm really proud of him for that. Because he's right. Because nobody else does it to me. He was the only one that ever pushed me on my talent. That's one of my big ones. Is being able to defend the Bible. Defend, I don't know, my country. With the Constitution. With arguments against the crap that goes on. Well, he pushed me to be better. And he loved it when I did. He loved it when I used facts to destroy you. He loved it. Because me and him, when we were on the streets, we heard all the lies you can imagine. We hate liars. I hate liars. He hates liars. And he didn't have the ability to do what I could do. But that's one of the reasons why we hit it off so much at first in 2000, because he saw something in me that he had never seen in anybody. He had never seen someone be able to defend the Bible like I can. Now, you guys haven't even seen that part yet. That's for a whole nother channel. I am very sad. I am very sad by this. And I'm wrecked by it. But I need you guys to understand something. And please be understanding of this. I'm not going to stop. There will be no breaks. And in fact, you're probably going to see me work harder than I've ever worked in my life. My friend was only 6 months older than me. So when I tell you that life is fleeting, fucking listen. It's not just a phrase. Take now to change your life. Don't wait. Don't delay. Don't delay. Because you will not get it back. If you go to sleep mad at somebody, you better have made it up with that person before you go to sleep, because you may not get a chance to make it up. Well, I didn't get that chance with my mom, and I didn't get that chance with my sister. But yesterday, I told my brother, I love you. Goodbye. I got my closure finally with something so serious as this. So now that I can heal properly. See, I couldn't heal properly with my mom and my sister because there was so much shit I didn't know. Hell, I just found out some stuff about my mom last year. I didn't know. Well, that's not the case with Duwan. Now, I don't know exactly what happened with his heart, but we know it was his heart, and we already knew it was coming, say at some point. You guys want to know why I'm so passionate? This is why. If I'm too passionate for you, go watch a cat video. I speak with passion because that's what I feel in my heart about what I talk about. You will never hear a lie from my lips, though. That's a fact check. I owe it to my friend to keep doing this because he fucking died for it. Because he believed in what I was doing to the day he died. And more than that, I'll be doing some homeless videos soon, talking about homelessness because that's what he was supposed to be talking about. He was going to be making his first videos on NAG 214. Well, he can't do that now. In honor of Duwan. In fact, I'm going to tell you another thing. Business rule from this point on. Duwan was going to get 50% of the money that comes into this place. The other half of the money now will go to homeless people. Because that's what he would want. Because he has no son. He has no children. I have no relatives to give it to, and I'm not giving it to the ones he has now. No way. They don't get the benefit off of what he did. But I was going to give 50% of my money. So no longer will that other half of that money go to Duwan. That will go to homeless people because that's what he would want. And I'm not going to give it to a charity. I will create a bank account or something like that. Sophia's going to help me get my ID like I told you yesterday. And I will set up a bank account. That bank account will be directly, and I will give cash right there. Because that's exactly what Duwan would want. Of course, I don't want to give a handout. We'll do a hand up. But you understand my point. In other words, this doesn't stop me. This is devastating to my heart. Devastating to Sophia's heart. But there's zero chance that Duwan would want me and Sophia to linger in our pain and suffering for very long. He would want us to move on. Because guess what? We also have a perspective about death. And that perspective is this. Death should not be a mourning session. That's why I'm telling you stories that are funny about Duwan. It's a celebration of his life. Because, no offense to you guys, and I don't care who you think you know, you don't know nobody like Duwan Jackson. Nobody. No offense. You might know somebody with some qualities like him, but you don't know nobody like him. He's an amazing man. And the world would not know about him if it wasn't for this YouTube channel and for the KFE, the one that he gets on. Now, it's time to put him in his proper place, I think. I haven't thought about exactly how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to honor him right. I'm going to make a badass video. I'm making him a badass video. I'm going to show his life and what he did. I'm going to go through all of his gaming video because that's going to be tough. I record all of his gaming video. I download it so that I can get stuff. Now I won't be needing all of those because he always says something profound. And I have all of his poetry. I have all of his poetry still. We're going to do this the right way, not the wrong way. It's the way he would want it, because he would honor me the same way. He would not want to dishonor me. He would never quit. If the roles had been reversed, it had been me passing away and him having to deal with this. I already told him the business is his, and he would continue on with it. Would he be as good at some things as me? No, but I'm sure somebody would help him. In life, we have all these different tribulations and trials. Everybody does. And Denise is going through her own situation, very similar. Her aunt is real close to dying. So she'll be mourning soon enough. Everybody has stuff. In Tanya here, Tanya's mother just passed away. You don't stop life. I hate it when people tell me to be strong, because if you can't tell that I am strong, then you haven't been watching anything. Of course I'm going to be strong, but it doesn't mean that I'm impenetrable from. This is devastating to me, and it changes things by a significant amount. It's okay. I've got to get together with Tanya, and we've got to figure out a plan here now, because somebody's got to run KFE. Somebody does. Somebody's got to play video games. I don't have that time. So that channel is just about shut down right now, because I have no way to do both. Not yet. I would love to play video games. Shit. Let me play video games. You guys can talk about depression. Anyway, I'm kidding. I know that my brother is in a better place, and he's out of this world, out of this pain. So it's just me now. And I am a very, very, very unsure Daryl right now. Not about this business, just about Daryl. I'm questioning a lot of crap right now. And I hope to God yes, Sophia, yeah. Yes. Yeah, do it. Yeah, I like oh. I like. You're so wrong right now, Sophia. You're so wrong right now, Sophia. What an asshole. Oh, God. That line that Sophia just said is from one of Duwan's poems. What an asshole. I hate you right now. That's such a beautiful thought, isn't it, Sophia? That's what I mean. I'm going to honor him correctly. I'm going to honor him correctly. I wish to God you know what? You guys want to hear one of his poems? Say yay or nay. I can turn the camera just to the tutorial bar where it shows the desktop. Now I won't be able to hear it. Yay or nay. I can play one of his poems. Come on. Somebody answer the damn question or I'm going to move on. This is Sophia's fault, by the way. She got me off track. She always does. Okay. Hold on. Let me get the YouTube channel up. Gotta get another one up. Gotta get another one up. Hold on. Okay. One second. Let's get this right. So we'll switch scenes here. There we go. Now I'm in the corner. Hold on. 1 second, guys. Let's get his YouTube channel up. All right. I know you guys probably hear that. Hold on. I gotta stop this music. This is the channel that his stuff is on. One second. Okay. Thank you. Da, da, da. This might actually be on -214 now I think on it. Oh yeah, okay. You know what? This is on this channel. Boop. I want to go to this channel. Okay, so we'll go to my channel. Can y'all see? All right, so hold on. There's my live. Okay, so let's open up another page because I don't want to mess up my live video. Okay. All right. We want to go to playlists. Poetry with emotion. Okay. Hold on one second. Let's see, which one do we want first? Sorry, guys. I didn't think I was going to do this. Okay. Clearly, you can tell the graphics are old. Jesus. What? Oh, damn you. Okay, hold on. Let me. Okay, got you. Sorry. Sorry. I forgot. I turned it down for you guys. You wieners. Fine. Start it over. Sorry. Turn off the mic.
Hey y'all, what's going on? Duwan Jackson in the house. Poetry and with emotion is what we are about to take part in. Like, subscribe, share, follow. Please do all that great stuff. Leave that comment down below. We want to hear from you. So this is all for you. And with that said, please check out the website. Check out the Bipolar Perspective, my partner's website where he gives you insight. Please don't forget the steps. Just check out, review the steps, and apply them to your life. That's what we do here. We make change. As I said in the previous video, I have been gone for a while because there's some personal issues that I've been dealing with, but I'm back. I've got a long way to change, don't get me wrong, but I'm working on that, just like you guys can too. So, with that said, let's go ahead and jump in to some poetry with emotion. That's right. This one I've entitled The Ripple. That first sign of change is like the droplet hitting the lake. Insignificant at first. It hits the water. Then something happens. As the droplet plunges below the surface, ripples form. Although small at first, they get bigger. While you change, that confidence grows. No one notices, but that ripple is growing and growing. Pressing the issue works harder. The ripple starts to form others. The insides keep continuing outward as they first keep expanding. Almost like the inner ones are pushing themselves out to its limits. As the first one dissipates, the ones behind it do the same. Just because the first one is gone doesn't mean the change did not start. Why? Because it's a part of something bigger. And it all started from the ripple. Check this out, y'all. The little changes that you make in your life. You know, the taking showers every day, the having breakfast before you go out for work, or just little certain positive things that you do during the day. What happens is not only do you start noticing things like that, but other people will as well. I'm just using a small example as the shower or the breakfast thing. But it still remains that if you start to change one thing, just one thing, it'll grow out and it'll grow out and it'll grow out. Just like that ripple. It starts with a tiny little droplet and then things expand from there. Just like a lake. Just because the ripple's not there anymore doesn't mean you haven't made an impact on not only yourself, but other people around you. So this one's going to be short and sweet. As soon as you start changing, things around you change. And when they change around you, you get better. Your environment gets better. And that's what it's all about. As a human race, we got to keep that in mind. So, with all of that said, the steps, please keep on checking out Daryl's videos. Apply them to your life. Keep on trucking. Like I said before, we are seriously all in this together. Leave those comments below. Tell us how we're doing. Let us know what changes we need to make. The only way we're going to grow is by knowing what we need to grow from. So, with all of that said, hope you guys have a great night. Please stay safe. Most importantly, and as always, y'all, God bless and peace.
I hope that. What y'all think about that? That's my boy. That's just one poem. I have a whole bunch of other ones we recorded I never got done. It's I'm gonna take those poems. I'm gonna redo them in my modern way. That was my old. You could tell the difference between the graphics. I was a little, but I'm gonna turn that poem into something quite good. My brother. That was hard to watch. But you see, even at that time, he was already building in his confidence. And my message for you guys, I'm going to end this here. But my message for you guys is, when I get on here, whether it be on Instagram Live or Facebook Live or YouTube Live, share it. Share the message for other people. Because there may be another person out there like Duwan Jackson. See, I don't say things to dictate to you. I say things because there may be somebody out there trying to accomplish their goals that just can't. I know that I have enough help. I'm not worried about me. I am very much okay with the way things are going as far as this direction. But this isn't just something for you guys to watch and say, oh, good job, Daryl. Duwan Jackson's life is why we do this. That sharing it with anyone is better than sharing it with nobody. That might be the way you can help somebody. Maybe you don't do anything but just share my videos so that I can help somebody. That's my message. That's how we can honor him. Because if we don't honor him, his death meant nothing. That man you just saw do that poetry, he wasn't nowhere near the man he was when he died. You could already see the confidence in him when he speaks. He's just good at it. It's his God-given gift. Mine is other things. I'm getting better at my voice, but not like him. I'm better at storytelling. That's my gift as far as this mic stuff. So when I ask for help, I mean I need help, not for me, for people like him. I formulate my opinions around the things I see, not the things I know. Hell, if that's the case, man, I am going to become a dictator then, because I know a lot. Just saying. We're all going to miss him. But we're also all going to learn from this. You're either going to learn from it or you're going to get the fuck off my channel. Because I am done bullshitting around. My friend did not die working his ass off all of his life. And then die like this for you not to learn from it. You can learn from everything. Everything. You can learn from death. You can learn from life. You can learn from bad choices. You can learn from good choices. You can learn from a homeless guy. You can learn from a rich person. Be aware of your surroundings, I say. I mean that. Yeah. But we're going to honor him. Probably every day I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something about his life, and I'm going to honor him every day for at least a month. He deserves that. But he would also tell me, we have a job to do. He would be here telling me right now, no, Daryl, you can't stop. You don't have time. I don't have time. I don't. And he would tell me that. But I will every single day, probably all year, for the rest of the year, you're going to hear something about Duwan every day on here. Because I owe it to that man. And I will do what's right. I will not make the wrong decision. So, I'm sorry that this happened. And I'm sorry that I have to be so dark. And I'm going to be fine. But right now I'm not. It was really hard for me to even talk at all right now. But I love you guys. I want you to remember that. I love you guys, and I do this for you. All this is for you. It's not for Daryl. I could be doing anything I want to do. Behave yourself tonight. And I'm not going to be sleeping, I have a feeling. There's no way in hell. No way in hell I'm sleeping tonight. Be safe when you're traveling. Be safe when you get there. You never know what you may find. Be safe. Be safe. What a weird thing to say after today. How much safer can you be than Duwan? Even when you're safe, you can die. Be aware of your surroundings. You never know what you may find, whether it be good or bad. Be understanding of one another, not just from your perspective, but from theirs. If you see someone struggling, don't watch them just flounder about. Hand them a damned torch. Either allow them to use the light to guide themselves, or if they're too afraid to hold the torch quite yet, you be the torch, and you hold the torch, and you hold their hand, and you guide them out. Don't be a coward. Because me and Duwan were never cowards. Duwan was never a coward. Remember, not everybody knows how to get up. Hell, Duwan knew how to get up better than I did. I didn't get up. Duwan did. Yes, he did. I didn't. Duwan was a better man when it came to that. I told you, he never let darkness affect him. And he actually got off the streets by himself. He just didn't get out of the situation necessarily. Remember that you are not God. Be understanding of yourself. You cannot solve all of life's problems by yourself. That's why you need a team of people, a group of people, a family, a community of people. That's what we're trying to create here. That's what I'm trying to create, is a community of people that love each other and care each other, that don't lie to one another. That way, darkness doesn't enter our lives. Remember, life is fleeting. I think that's apropos. I think that we should all understand that life is fleeting. You are not promised your next breath. If that was the case, then where's Duwan? See? Kind of drives it home, doesn't it? When it actually comes into reality, it actually drives it home. So when I say, so then, since that's true, go outside your box, learn something new, and you never know what you may learn about yourself. Do it now. Do not delay. Do not procrastinate, because you will regret it forever. Do not let the sun go down upon your anger. You're angry with somebody? Make up with them. Figure it out. Because they might not wake up on you. And then guess what? That's going to be on your soul, isn't it? Last comment about Duwan, though. The good news is, it's not the same situation as it was with my mother and my sister. I got to say goodbye to Duwan yesterday. Even though I didn't know it was going to be my last goodbye. I said, I love you, brother. Goodbye. I got that chance. And I thank God that I did. I miss him so bad. I miss him so much. But I will grieve how I have to grieve. I will continue to work. And I will get through this, as I always do, using the ingredients and the steps. That's why I don't need to be asked if I'm okay. Because I will always be okay so long as I use my ingredients and my steps. That's the entire point of this. So, that being said, till tomorrow, may the Lord light guide you in all things. Peace.